Hello, you're welcome to this session. So today I'll be discussing nomenclature of pharmaceutical products. I'm always Wilson. So all of us know what the word nomenclature means. It means naming. So how do we name pharmaceutical products? So this will be today's session because remember, all of us right now we're tending towards dispensing of pharmaceutical products. But before we are going to do dispensing, we should have passed through a series of training. So we shall just talk about the introduction, understand the names used, names of drugs, and differentiate between branded and generic drugs. This one also will be important. So what's drug nomenclature? Drug nomenclature is a system of naming of drugs for easy identification. Of course, all of us have names, and that's why because they can easily identify it. Even drugs have names for easier identification. So drug names can be chemical, generic, or non-proprietary, and also trade names or proprietary name. So these are the three names of drugs that we all should be conversant with. Though most on the drugs, as the next video of product identification will try to bring this one clearly. The generic name and the trade name. So what is the chemical name? So I'm sure we have done organic chemistry. So now chemical name is the scientific name of the drug and describe the chemical structure of the drug, because all these that are being injected in us are drugs and they are chemicals and they have a defined structure which has been discovered, which has been drawn to us. So the chemical name is given by or given in accordance to the rules of the nomenclature established by the IUPAC. I'm sure this one you will remember, we told about it. And this name provides the precise arrangement of atoms and atomic groups on the drug or in the drug molecule. So this is a chemical name, just describes the precise arrangement of the atoms or atomic groups in the drug molecule. However, the chemical name is very long, cumbersome, complex, and not used in prescription writing, because just imagine you put a chemical name as the name of a drug. Even when we start looking for the new drug, so we don't usually use chemical name. And they also don't use in clinical trials. And clinical trials, which you learn when you start pharmacology, we use code names, code names of drugs before a name is approved. Now, so chemical names, for example, I have a few here. All of us know paracetamol or Panado. The chemical name is acetyl P or para aminophenol, N-hydroxyphenol, so acetamide, or N4-hydroxyphenol. So this one has two names based on the arrangement of the structure. I didn't know the structure here, but the goal is just to understand that this drug we're going to dispense, it has 3 or 4 names. This diazepam, the name is long. This is the name. So I'm having names here like I think this is the amoxicillin that you always take. This is the structure of amoxicillin. So it has a chemical name, a generic name, amoxicillin, and the brand names Camox, Amox, and very many others. This is ciprofloxacin. This is the structure. It has a chemical name. So just to know that all drugs that we take or we dispense have chemical names. Generic name. Generic name, this is the official approved name of the drug given after regulatory approval. And this name is usually assigned. So the generic name is also called the international non-proprietary name or the non-proprietary name. This is a name assigned by the international bodies, the World Health Organization, United States adopted name, and among others, there is one for UK, Japan, India, all these countries, European, they have these bodies which assigned this unique name for the drug. It is globally recognized and is a public property. Denotes the active pharmaceutical ingredient in the drug. And these ones are used basically to give clarity on the class. They are uniform all over the world and they minimize confusion and they are convenient. And these are the ones which are used on prescription. Generic name. So every name you hear, paracetamol, amoxicillin, metronidazole, ciprofloxacin, and if drugs are in the same class in pharmacology, they all end similarly and they have the same ending to state the class. The trade name, this one is assigned by the manufacturer or the pharmaceutical drug manufacturer, and thus a single drug may be sold under different trade names. It could have the same generic name but sold under different trade names depending on the manufacturers. And brand names are short and easy to recall, but they're not used on prescription because if you use them on prescription, then you are specific with what you want, and they're usually a bit expensive. And these trade names, they're usually written in the bigger letters, and they provide free advertising for the industries. However, drugs which are sold under brand names are usually expensive compared to the generic version. So, because if you are selling a trade name, you're selling a specific drug. But now, if a patient comes with the prescription having a generic name, you show them different brands that you have on the pharmacy, each one being with a different cost, and then they choose the one that is suitable or that is friendly to their pockets. But if someone comes with a prescription having a brand, you have to give a what? A brand, even though however expensive it is. That's why they say they are expensive. And now there is this statement here: branded and generics. Don't confuse them with the names, but these are just drugs called the branded drugs or generic drugs. Generics, the branded one, these are new pharmaceutical products, or sometimes they could be developed earlier and they are marketed by a specific company. This branded, if you hear the word brand, it is on phone, it is in laptop, it is in what. However, generics, these ones have been developed and nearly identical to the branded drugs. They're identical in form of the active, the dosage form, the strength, and the route. However, these branded drugs, if they are new, they are protected by patents, granting them exclusive rights for manufacturing and sale of the drug for a specific period of time. Now, this one is important because if the manufacturer or the discoverer of the generic of this brand of this medicine does not recover their profits, they will not invest in other drugs discoveries. So it is important these companies are granted exclusive rights to the sale of this drug, only given for a period of 20 years. When you are the sole supplier in the whole world, so that you can recoup your money invested in clinical trials and discovery, and also you can be able to invest in other drugs. However, generic drug, this one may have certain differences from the branded, and then they are sold after usually the patents have expired. And now these generics, remember, generics are a bit cheap, but branded are a bit expensive because the branded one, they may use different excipients, then also the technology, the machinery. That's why these ones are a bit cheaper. These ones are more expensive because these people have done discovery, and they need to recover their money. So now, ensure at least you know the difference between the branded and generics. Also, some branded drugs are those ones which are from outside Uganda or East Africa, and those ones they are the biggest, especially from those companies. Because as you start dispensing, you're going to realize that you're going to be, some patient could come and say, me, I want a UK brand, a German brand, those ones. So this has been a short presentation, but more of this is the next video of product identification, where we shall be talking about more of the product identification, because we shall be talking about the generic name and the brand name. So I